My name is Alex Fuller.
My name is Jalen Smith.
Today we'll be speaking about the Ukraine crisis and why it matters to the world economy. We're here with a current update on the late crisis, and we'll be analyzing and investigating the crisis and its potential outcome on the region and the global economy.
So, what is the crisis about? The crisis occurred when ex-President Viktor Yanukovych was on the verge of signing a historical and political trade agreement with the European Union, which was highly favored by the Ukrainian citizens, but rescinded on his talks with the EU. This led to protests that initiated violence and the death of 90 civilians. After this occurrence, the president fled the country and an interim prime minister stood in as active leader. The Ukraine is a country $13 billion in debt, bound to default if not immediately bailed out by Russia, which has frozen a $15 billion bailout, or by the IMF. Ukrainian officials have asked for $35 billion in bailout, but won't see any amount of money to assist in the bailout until they have established a stable government. As a result, the Ukrainian market could crash in a matter of months.
Now we go on to Russia's role in the crisis. Ties with the Ukraine come down to the country's geographical location. Russia supplies Europe with 25% of its natural gas. Half of the natural gas pipelines run across the Ukraine to enter other European countries. Since the overthrow of the ex-Ukrainian president, Russian opposition is being felt in Eastern Europe. In the past, Moscow has threatened with a cut and disruption of gas, which would push up energy prices for businesses and households in Europe. About 6,000 Russian soldiers have been mobilized into the Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula, all due to the political unrest. This has been seen as an aggressive mobilization by the UN and NATO. Russia relies on the Ukraine for its exportation of natural gas, and a destabilized government could result in a disruption of economic flows for the Russian economy. Russia's original discount rate on natural gas to the Ukraine has been said to possibly end in the entering of their military forces. Also, Russia has lent heavily to the Ukraine, and with a default on these loans, it would result in a net loss, and the Russian ruble, which has already depreciated a value of 10% since the start of 2014, would most likely continue to see decreases.
Another effect on the economy would be felt beyond Europe, as the Ukraine is one of the world's top exporters of corn and wheat, and prices could rise on the speculation that the exports would halt due to this crash in their economy.
As a result, we pose these questions to the class. If the Ukraine were to default on their debt and crash, what could be some possible effects on the global economy? Also, what trade agreement should the Ukraine sign, keeping in mind the global economy? Should they sign with Moscow's customs union or the trade agreement with the European Union?